That's easy because I go to shift B. She can have the day off tomorrow. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. See, he has no problem with racist. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
Sloth.
I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door. Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Uh-oh.
In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jack, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me. My family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
What's up, Oblong?
Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Time for you to go.
Jack,
Get the fuck out of my nice cozy barn, Frank. At the time, I was trying not to think about what just happened. It was almost too much to take in. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city, and I have to admit, I've thought about that more than once, sometimes with a little pride even. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches the criminals. Believe me, my praise like that is unheard of in Freeburg, especially for a cop. And here I am, The person who catches criminals. And I've agreed to help the Mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with my kids' body parts. Right before the last hammer falls. Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? It turns out he was a Mafia bitch. And all for the sake of a greedy, corrupt cop who should have fled the country years ago. That sound right to you?
Yes. It's fine. Darmus, thanks for the sub love, man. Appreciate that. Hey, Roy actually showed up. Alright. Why is Gardner so tired? What are we going with today? Going with the Don't You Leave Me Here. What's up, Sir Regular? Where were you on Friday? Alright, no matter your personal relationship with the city's administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. No.
If you must go, sweet mama, please leave a dime for beer.
Decisions from City Hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of your requests, so only ask for what you really need.
She said if you want my fricassee, you'll have to run me down.
Eddie's Burgers. Every month there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping in the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Arrgh. Sounds like a job for Roy.
I'm Alabama bound.
Alright, attention to the liquor store. A witness looked on from her window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered a nearby liquor store.
From town to town, I'm Alabama bound.
Alright, good luck, boys.
Don't you leave me here.
We're full up, right? Yes. Uh-oh. What's that? Hot dog vendor reports that he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish, beating each other with microphone stands. A little short, but that's alright. Gotcha. Good job, Roy. Good job, Roy. Here's your weekly salary. $1,200. I just want to have another badge. Thanks for that, Sir Regular. Thanks for the cheers, man. I need to set up that thing. Hold on one second. Let me see something here real quick. Give me 1 second.
The mind control device is nearing completion.
Make it right.
There we go. Sorry, Sir Regular. I didn't have the I didn't have that bit setting set up, but I appreciate the bit love, man. Now it's set up properly. Alright, the shop has 2 exits from which a few people have already fled. Sneak up to the back, drive patrol right through the front window. And a store through the main entrance. Sneak up to the back door. Alright, stick up man noticed the police presence, took the cashier hostage. He's holding the gun in the hostage hedge, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his goddamn face off." Meanwhile, the cashier is yelling in an unknown language. Oh boy. Oh boy. You just wanted the other badge, did it for you? Thanks, man. Alright. It's either of these two. Rugrats really don't shoot, please. I just need the money. I'll just take a little bit and go. No one was hurt. The cashier begins to cry. Woo! Got your ass. That was close. Man, some of these are like stressful. An antique Chinese necklace was stolen from Helen while she was on the way to the pawn shop. Holy crap. Alright, we're going to make you the lead. You there. You there. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at the number of freaking detectives you can have on this thing. Jack, this year the organizers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of their annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send me 2 of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. Well, give it 1 second. Send good old Roy and Gardner. Alright. It's a hot one today, and a lot of people are going for a swim. Last week, 4 people drowned on the beaches of Freiburg, and the press was in an uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. I'm not going to refuse, but... Motherfucker! No! You guys suck.
212 in progress.
Need more officers. It's gonna take 5. Alright, the investigation has started. We've gone from here to here. Bao Lang. Me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation. I was going to pawn the antique necklace, which has been in my family for many centuries. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. The offender was on a motorcycle. He drove down the road, grabbing the bag, and then escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't have time to see if it was a man or a woman. Couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a jacket, like those other bikers who hang around the street corners. It's definitely not a local biker. They are bald and have beards, but this guy looked Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. I didn't see the weapon in his hands. I just saw him grab the bag off and ride away. Huh, maybe it was an inside job. We did it, Boyd. We won. That Ernest really knows about shooting, even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out for a hunting celebration to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking a day off. We deserve it. Oh, outstanding. More officers dicking around.
212 complete.
Got your ass. Now who's gonna drown? Somebody's drowning. We know somebody's dying. We got 3 new frames. All right, let's see what we got here. Suspected Chinese immigrant recently expelled from the university. So recently being expelled from the university, I don't think this dude's too super dangerous. But we'll send SWAT anyways.
211 in progress.
Alright, guard went out for a smoke, saw teenagers writing obscenities on the wall. I chased that brat up a tree. You can take it from here. Alright. We don't need the best officers for this. Love you too much? I can't love you too much. That's not the right two. Fender caught. Got your ass. You were able to arrest all suspects. Case closed. To get the last one from a day, this dude hanging out in the tree.
211 complete.
Are you kidding me? He's in a tree! Looks like tomorrow's going to be a long day, more like the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. I cannot believe it. I love this guy's hat. Doesn't this guy look like the quintessential, like, old school dude showing up to a freaking murder scene? Yeah, see? We're looking around here, see? Yeah. Shot in that direction, see? The reason we know that is because we can see the trajectory of the bullet going in the wall there, about an angle. Angle, see? What's up, monkey fight? Send the B team? Psh, can't even get a fucking cat out of a tree. Thomas Blaine, pregnant woman killer, sent to mental hospital. Mayor Rogers not afraid of the competition. According to Dr. Eleanor Woolbury, Thomas Blaine has a new form of schizophrenia. What, where he sees a fat woman and thinks they're prego? Definitely a hard-boiled detective, right, Afro? Start up that hoopty.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
A man?
Oh boy.
What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn.
I know I should.
Okay, let's see about this. Of course, they could have shot them the second they took the photo. But I knew Kendrick and his family were all right. Either way, the message was not that they got out. It meant that I was in. My servitude to the Mafia had begun. I'd only been in my new position 5 seconds, and I already knew why Kendrick called it a contract. You sound doomed if you call it what it is. A curse. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack. I believe you just received my message.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But
Smithers.
I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. You start today.
Damn it. KFC, what's up, man?
8 in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
We can finally open this. Finally open this from KFC. KFC sent me a hat like a month ago, but I haven't been able to open it because KFC hasn't been here. So let's see what we got. Be awfully fitting if this was a police hat. It's a bomb. It's perfect. Close. There we go. Perfect. It's a dong. Alright, price. I accidentally broke my bathroom mirror while I was getting ready for work. My dad always said it's 7 years of bad luck. But I know it's super silly superstition. It'll probably only last 7 hours, but it might be a good idea for me to take the day off. What do you think? She's old. She believes in these superstitions. Yeah, but coming tomorrow. Fine. Gang member. Turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Red Masks. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Oh, nice. Reward 20 grand. There are a number of gangs in Freeburg, and that means there's bounties to collect. Some of the criminals you come across will be members of one gang or another. In exchange for immunity, they may be willing to give up their bosses. We're after Jin Yang. What's up, JT? She's just going to ask for tomorrow off, too. She ain't going to get it. And this way, you can get your hooks into gang members higher and higher up the food chain and ultimately take down the boss. If you arrest the boss, the gang will be finished and you'll claim the reward. There's also a reward for formally charging gang members. Whenever you arrest a gang member, you get a bonus, but your deal with that person is over. Don't settle for small fish. You use the small fish to catch the big fish. One more police officer. Sweet. Sure, what shift is that? Shift A, right? Alright. From the City Hall, Baoling gave several interviews in which she spoke about atrocities committed by the Red. She embellished a lot and distorted the facts. If you want to keep people from panicking, you'll need to take down the gang within the next 4 days. Jesus, really? Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep the promises, we won't keep ours. Shit. Still got my detective, so suck it. Tim Luckett. All right. It's early. Let's get some donuts. Let's do this.
410A in progress.
Attempted murder at the Sugar Dream Confectionery. A young employee at the factory got into a fight with the manager and is trying to push him into a vat of boiling chocolate. Jesus. Get over there before we have the murder at Willy Wonka's. Alright, make sure we start that investigation. Don't send Shaw, he'll eat the chocolate.
410A complete.
Got you. Got you.
113 in progress.
Carjacking. Parking lot attendant Dylan Burns reports seeing a teenager walking between cars trying handles in hopes of finding an unlocked vehicle. Before the attendant could approach him, the teenager found an unlocked door and shut himself inside. A few seconds later, the teen drove shrieking from the parking lot, greatly exceeding the speed limit. He fled towards his burbs. Alright. Ning He is a faithful assistant to Jin Yang, founding member of the gang, and entrusted with the most serious job. Keeps his more valuable prizes home while he arranges their sale. He then brings them to the Wise Dragon restaurant the day before he's planning to make the deal. The gang must have had an immediate buyer for the necklace, so Ning He brought it to the restaurant same night it was stolen. Usually the restaurant is open around the clock, but it was closed that night before because the important deal was going down. He gives the key to the restaurant. Valuables are kept in the safe under the bar. Alright. Keep on working. Need some of you guys to get back here pronto. Alright.
We've got a situation.
Officers determine the car thief's location, overtake the criminal intent to take him into custody, overtake the offender and block the road, catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire. Good lord. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good news is we're starting to get everybody over that 150 mark, or close to it.
710A in progress.
Alright, Weeping Child's called in saying someone was holding him against his will. They won't let me go outside. They're torturing me, bullying me. I don't think I can keep going. I want to go outside and see Pete. This is a waste of time. It's like the parents won't let them go outside or something, right? I guarantee this is like some kid that wants to go out and play with his friends. It's actually pretty good, Korgon. I'm impressed with what they do with it. It's such a simple concept, but I think they did a pretty good job with it. Lita, go. It's called "This Is the Police."
911 in progress.
All right, we received a call from an angry casino patron. He claims that one of the casino girls that was hanging around the table lifted his wallet, which was carrying a couple $1,000s in cash and several credit cards. Casino security shoved him outside, saying that he was drunk, but the man isn't giving up so easily. All right, we're sending in the top cops. Jack, we're dealing with a moron who refuses to repay his debts. Says that the police will protect him. I think it's time we show him whose side the police are on. Fuck.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Yeah, see, I told you Money Lizard. Sub love a dub dub. Thanks for the sub love there, Money Lizard. Rimpy. I told you it was his mom. I told you it was his mom. I knew it. I knew it. It's alright. Until he ate his broccoli. You don't have to respond. So if you think it's a fake call, like I thought it was a fake call, you don't have to send anybody? Okay, cool. Then I'll keep that in mind for the future. Thanks, Money Lizard. Assault with a deadly weapon. A parking lot exit. Security guard stopped a suspicious-looking van and asked to check the driver's membership card. The female driver casually into the glove compartment, then pulled out a gun and opened fire. Oh, God. All right. Alright, hopefully nobody dies. Police crews are caught up with the perpetrator's van, shoot out the criminal's tires, try to run the van off the road, use a bullhorn in order for the van to stop. Van takes a sharp turn and crashes through the window of a sex shop. Why is it... sex shop, adult videos, what the shit? Woman exits the vehicle, grabs the shop attendant, puts a gun to his head. Throw a rubber sex doll at the assailant. Oh, man, that's funny. I don't know yet, Oblong. We'll figure it out later, man. Figure it out once it's here. Woo! Just being forceful. We showed our freaking force. Bam, 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 bam. All right, here we go. Drove here. Assume he walked in. He opened the safe. Stashed the stuff in the safe. Hasn't officially worked anywhere for the past 10 years. Playing like a real cop is actually the best decision most of the time. Yeah, it does, Sir Regular. It does seem that way. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can go kind of buck wild every once in a while, you know, throw a sex toy at people and shit like that. Got your ass. Nice. So I have to start the investigation with a different team tomorrow. Sex toy. Racist gangs run wild in the city. Investigation into Francis Kendrick could resume. Second tower to be built in Freeburg. All right. Start up the hoop team. Oh, guys, be right back.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of hundred rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands when some Freeburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions. Myself, I kind of like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water. It's something to think about.
What's up, Bill? I'm liking this game a lot there, Oblong. Thank you, Tashi. Appreciate it. There's Pepe. Martin Stead is your new deputy. They say it's going to rain today, and I have a very weak immune system. I'm afraid I might get sick. Can I go home before it starts? No. You can if you'd like to go home permanently. I think we're in pretty good shape. Poor Gardner. Gardner looks like a mess. Oh, really? In our Slice catalog, you can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible prices. Pre-order and save. Oof. Clarinet Sugar. That's right, Sporty. No but they move. No but they gets hurt. The Mafia can offer you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the family now, so it will hardly cost you a thing. That's not get interesting. The Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress report, and all officers who arrive at the scene will be killed. An investigation trap. The Mafia will falsify a special investigation detective who arrived when the scene will be killed. Jesus. Alright, we don't need any of that right now. Your new assistant is no Kendrick, but he's not as useless as he might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed for time, but lunch is on you, along with any other expenses. Send your staff to training, hire a snitch, pay an employee to gather important information for you. Send employees to an informal outdoor party. Find out which of your employee plans to testify against you by silence. Alright. more days until the next request. Okay.
911 in progress.
Why didn't it work? What the shit, man? Why didn't the cheers work? I set up the cheers to work, it didn't work. I appreciate it, Tashi. I don't know why it didn't work, though. Let me try and reset this thing. It sucks because you can't...
Make it right!
Ein CSA-Test wird alert.
See, it should work. Try and reset the box. Alright, well, hopefully this bit stuff gets its shit fixed. So it works. Yeah, I know it didn't make a sound, man. Hey, thanks, Sporty. Alright, Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Shop. A shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display, tried them on, and then, without paying, ran out of the shop wearing the new shoes. It's like the Rook and the experienced officer. You heard and saw the notification? Oh, really? So basically, I was the one that didn't see it, is what you're saying. Attempted murder. Man returned from work earlier than usual, found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the wall cabinet. Teens are standing around smoking not far from the store, admiring their new shoes.
911.
Got your ass. Alright. Investigations. Almost forgot to do this. Start to investigate. Alright, today in Freeburg, we're hosting a premiere Back to the Future. The film's distribution has asked the city and officer to stand at the door and ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theater. It's fucking Back to the Future. The movie's like 30 years old. Alright, Mama Price. Go put in some work, sweetheart. Alright. Seller Junier always handles big deals personally. Chinese businessman Bosu secretly arrived in Freiburg last week. He's convinced that the necklace was stolen from his family back in the 17th century. Jin Yang typically pretends to be a regular restaurant visitor and tells the buyer in advance which table to find him at. Bosu prefers to travel without a bodyguard or driver as not to attract too much attention. Jin Yang insists on full payment up front. So we think he's going to arrive in a cab and attempt to leave just like so. There we go. Good job, kids.
412A in progress.
Salt, Freiburg Elementary. Young father, deprived of his parental rights, tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked the teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. You motherfucker! What's wrong with you, you little douche? It's not the teacher's fault that you're a bad dad. Ah, Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue, which our mutual friend Charles Dial said you could help me with. As you may already know, I own a large music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half my record collection in a lawsuit. There's a lot of rare records. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence in an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for, not even check into the warrant. How much time do I have? 37 minutes? Let's get some of these guys back. We have something going down today, engineering plan 2209. We wouldn't want any policeman crashing the party. I think 4,000 should be enough for such a request. I'm not sure what that means.
210 in progress.
Got into the exhibit hall and scrawled picture of penis on the artwork and hid in the closet. Alright, Roy. Here's your chance to go deal with the penis art. Fucking guys, come on! We helped everybody, and thanks to us, he gave us a blah 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 album, Master, True. Gabe prefers glam, so he was really sad at the bar by the time the shift ended. What the fuck? We helped Urg Bieber, and to thank us, he gave us Gennaro Crespo album, The Master. True, Gabe prefers glam. Ah, so he was really sad, and at the bar by the time the shift ended. Okay.
Looks like we have a situation here.
All right. All the lights are on when the police arrive. Museum caretaker explains that he only had the job a couple of weeks, and he's worried he's going to be fired for this foolishness. Police calm him down, and he points out the bathroom stall the artist locked himself in. A terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art and that no one understands him. He refuses to surrender and is threatening to stab himself. Gotcha. Gotcha. Businesses are closing. So quiet. What's going on? Why is there no action?
911 in progress.
We received a call from the groundskeeper at a machine factory. Spotted two offenders stealing aluminum from the factory through a hole in the wall. Fuck! That's what I thought. Son of a bitch. That's what I thought it was. Doesn't make that very clear. It could do a better job of making that one clear. I know. How do I cancel it? Oh, this is not good.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Sometimes when a call turns out a lot worse than anyone could have guessed, when this happens, officers might request reinforcements. If you have no one available to send, you don't want your people putting their lives on the line, you might need to call them back to the station, but you'll be hanging the citizenry out to dry. There, maybe that'll work. Yeah, I'll just tell them to retreat. Alright. Psychological test. Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic, shot a pregnant woman. To ensure the tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct psychological testing for all cops over 50 years of age. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleanor Waterbury is waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. Great. Outstanding. Oh, that whole thing screwed everything up. Wait, it hasn't been 4 days. Why wouldn't I get another day to invest? That sucks. Talk about chain of events that are like the worst. That just blows goats.